The Millistak Plus Pod depth filter system is easy to set up and use. This video will provide you with an overview of the main components and accessories of the system, as well as the basic steps needed to install your Millistak Plus Pod depth filter into a pilot scale holder and begin operation. First, let's take a look at the Millistak Plus Pod pilot scale holder. The front of the pod pilot scale holder is the fixed plate, and at the back is the movable plate. The fixed plate and movable plate each have 3 fittings. The front openings on the top left of the fixed plate and at the top right of the movable plate are referred to as the feed inlet. Positioned between these 2 openings is the vent port. The 2 openings at the bottom right are the permeate outlet port. Let's take a look at the movable plate. The movable plate can either be moved forward or backward. 2 clamp rods are positioned between the fixed and movable plates. During operation, you should remove the clamp rods and reinstall them so that the threads of the rods go through the holes in the movable plate. To do this, first the front knob of the clamp rod is unscrewed, changing the direction of the clamp rod so that a screw thread is positioned on one side of the movable plate. The same process is then repeated for the other clamp rod. The hydraulic pump is located in front of the fixed plate. This is the safety valve for the hydraulic pump, and this is the hydraulic relief valve. Here is the pressure gauge, which monitors the pressure of the holder. When the hydraulic pump increases pressure, the piston located inside the cylinder is released, clamping the filter in the holder. For convenience, casters are provided on the bottom of the holder, allowing users to move the holder backward and forward and from left to right with ease. The following accessories may be needed when using the Millistak Plus Pod depth filter system: 1.5-inch valve, 1.5-inch pressure gauge, 1.5-inch spool piece, 1.5-inch triclover clamps and gaskets, 1/2-inch silicone tube, 3 sets of flow-through and blind plug adapters, peristaltic pump. Primary clarification requires 6 disposable adapters, 3 flow-through adapters, and 3 blind adapters. The 3 flow-through adapters are used for the feed port outlet, permeate port outlet, and vent port outlet. The 3 blind plug adapters are used for the feed outlet port, permeate outlet port, and vent outlet port. We are using a 0.55 square meter D0HC Millistak Plus Pod depth filter. The 2 openings on the filter are the feed inlet and the vent outlet port, while the permeate outlet port is positioned at the bottom right. Please note that during installation, the locking keys on the filter need to align correctly with the pilot scale holder. This ensures the filter will be installed in one direction. Up to 5 additional filters with extension rods can be added if further filtration is needed. Once the filter has been installed, the triclover clamp rod knob is tightened out of the clamp rod. The triclover clamps should be within 0.5 inch of the cylinder. Next, the hydraulic pump relief valve is closed and the hydraulic valve opened. Using the hydraulic pump, the hydraulic pressure is increased until the pressure gauge reads 1000 psi. Then the hydraulic valve is closed and the safety relief valve is opened on the hydraulic pump. Once the filter has been installed, the inlet feed, the pressure gauge, and spool piece and valve are connected. A gasket must be used between the spool piece and pressure gauge, and a triclover clamp must be used to hold both in place. Next, the feed valve and triclover clamp are installed. Then the vent port valve is installed with a gasket and triclover clamp. The silicone tubing is used to connect the 1.5-inch adapter tubing. Now we will show you the basic flushing operation of the filter. First, the feed inlet and vent valve are opened and the outlet valve is closed. Depending on the media grade and surface area of the filters, different flush volumes may be required. Rinsing is performed using water for injection according to the recommended flush volumes in the user guide. When a steady stream of liquid is coming from the vent outlet port, the feed outlet port is closed, and the permeate outlet port is opened. Once flushing is completed, product filtration may begin. The maximum differential pressure should not exceed 30 psi during product filtration. After product filtration is complete, we recommend performing either a compressed air blowdown or a buffer chase to recover residual product inside the filters. Once product recovery is complete, use the provided plugs to seal the inlet and outlet ports on the Millistak Plus pod device to contain any residual liquid. We demonstrated installation and operation for primary clarification with one media grade. However, in order to run multiple media grades in the same holder, a diverter plate must be installed, while flow-through adapters need to be used for all feed inlet outlet ports, vent outlet ports, and permeate outlet ports. Placing the diverter plate in between the two media grades stops the flow of fluid from going into the second media grade and diverts it to the filtrate. The filtrate can then be fed into the inlet of the second media grade.